So now we're looking at example 2. Check out the previous video for more detailed explanation. Alright, so we're going to start with question 2. First off, we have the two equations that we want to solve using the matrix method. So when we say solve, we're finding the value of x and the value for y. Writing in a matrix equation format is the first thing and best thing to do. And so we're going to take the coefficients from the variables. So we have 3. We're going to take this as a -2. Take of this as a -1 and this as a +3. So we put 3, we put -2. Let's write this a little bigger. So we have 3, we have -2, we have -1, and we have 3. Don't put the positive sign, just the negatives. And so what this is telling us, we have 4 components, and we see the form is in a square matrix format. They're going to multiply by the variable matrix, which consists of the variables x and y, the constant matrix, which consists of the constants 7 and -7. So the variables are just the letters, the constant the numbers without the letters, and the coefficients are the numbers that are to the left of the variables. Next, we recognize that this is in the form of ax equal b, where a is the coefficient matrix, x the variable, and b the constant. When we transpose b over, we get the inverse of a. So we need to find out what is the inverse of a. Let's work out the inverse of a. A inverse is equal to 1 divided by, let's work out the determinant of a, which means that we're going to multiply, get a different color. We're going to multiply these two entries in the leading diagonal. Then we're going to multiply these two entries in the non-leading diagonal, and then subtract those two products. So let's do that. 3 times 3 gives us 9. Subtract. -2 times -1 give us positive, because negative times negative is positive, give us +2. And 9 minus 2 is simply 7. So let's write that, 7. Alright, and then we're going to multiply that by the adjoint. So 1 over 7, or 1 over the determinant of a, times the adjoint of a. Now to get the adjoint of a, what do we do? To get the adjoint of a, we switch these two numbers. Not because they're the same, switching them, we'll still end up with the same numbers. And for these two elements, we're going to multiply each of them by -1. -1 times -2, that gives us +2. And -1 times -1 gives us a +1. Next, recognize that this is A inverse. So what we're going to do, we're going to pre-multiply both sides by A inverse. Or we can say, since we have A times x equal b, we can transpose the A over to the other side. So let's do that. Once we have A, x equal b, when we transpose A over, we're left with x on this side equal A inverse. The A goes over as the inverse of A, multiplied by b. So let's set that up. Let's write what the x matrix is. It consists of the variables x and y equal, let's write an A inverse, which we actually found there, was 1 over the determinant of A times the adjoint of A. So this is A inverse. So this is A inverse. Remember, the variable matrix equal A inverse times B. So we need to have the B matrix as well, which consists of 7 and -7. Next, we're going to multiply row by column. Row of the first matrix by column of the second matrix.